Hey everybody, and welcome to Mr. Board Games Lonely Table. This week we have Legendary Marvel on our table. Normally we like to do an unboxing in the week, but because this is an old game and we never bothered to do an unboxing, we decided to do something a little different, which is give you an overview of the game that's going to come out later this week. So, let's get right into it. And in case you haven't figured it out, you're here with R. I know, it's lame. So let's get into this. So, Legendary Marvel. Now, there's a variety of games of the Legendary variety. They're all basically the same from what I understand. It's a deck building game. The objective of the game is we are building a Marvel superhero team to take on the evil villain, the mastermind for that game. This week, you will see M, K, and myself as we go after Mr. Sinister. The gameplay is very simple. Now, I'm not considering to explain to you how to play the game, but I'm going to give you an idea of how the game plays. So, each player gets 11 cards as their initial deck. You will be drawing 6 cards for your hand. I'm just going to put them face up here so you can see them. And the cards, it's a good mix here. The cards that you're going to see is there's going to be some cards that have recruiting power, which is the star. Then you got cards that are going to have the attack power. This is your starting hand. This is how you're going to develop things. Your recruit power, best way to think of it is in the form of money. It is recruiting power. It is bucks. It is dollars. You'll use those to recruit heroes into your game. At the start of the game, several cards are drawn out at the top, as I'm doing so here now, which is going to be the marketplace. This is going to be the heroes you can pick and recruit from. So we have a variety of them. They are a mix of characters. There's several heroes we've put in here, but they have various powers for the hero. Let's pretend like this is what we drew out. So what I would look at here is, this is my recruiting cost. This is what they would give me for recruiting power. And this would be their attack power. So in this specific draw out is I could spend $3, my 3 shield agents here, $3 could be spent, and I could take any of these cards. I could take this Deadpool card, which I will go ahead and I will do so. Once the card is drawn out, the marketplace is replenished with the next card. In addition to that, there will always be a villain card. We'll be flipping up. It's a henchman. Each henchman has a life, a victory point worth, and the idea is to defeat them to get the victory points. If this was the villain that we were up against, I couldn't do anything about it because I only have 2 attack power. You need to match that power. You can't go anything less, but you can go more if you really wanted to. As the villains progress through the game, they move down. As such, and then another card would be drawn, another card would be drawn. You want to defeat them before they get to the escaped villain part. Some of the cards have something that happens once they've escaped. Some of the cards have something that happens when you fight them. In this regard, if I were to fight Black Knight, there would be a power that I would have to fight again. He would have a power first because he has an ambush ability. He'd be able to attack me as soon as it flips out. Those things consist of, he either captures a bystander, you have to show a card or discard a card. Fight means something's going to happen. So in regard to Black Knight, he has a KO one of your heroes. So if you choose to fight him, you will have to KO one of your heroes, which is to remove them from the game altogether. And then you can continue on with the attack. At times, you may flip a card over and it'll be a bystander. The bystander will immediately be captured by the villain and will be held there. You, of course, want to save the bystanders, you get extra points. So if I were to defeat Black Knight here, I would get the bystander and I would get his card. On defeat, the card goes into my pool, and then I can use it as a victory pool. The deck, as you discard the cards, will always be replenished, and as you draw new cards, you add them to your own personal discard pile. If you ever run out of discard piles, you shuffle them in and rinse and repeat. You keep going and going. As we continue to play the game, there might be something called a scheme twist. Now, every villain rather, has a scheme. This is the objective for the game. On that card, there is a thing that happens. So when a twist is revealed, an action will trigger depending on what the scheme is. Once that's resolved, you move on. On occasion, you might draw a Master Strike. A Master Strike is an extra special ability for the Mastermind, who has his own ability where it says Master Strike. That has an effect that goes with it. So when a Master Strike appears, then the Master Strike happens. They're one-offs. And then you just keep on going. There's another scheme twist, and we do it again and again. On top of all that, along with the marketplace, there is additional Maria Hill. Maria Hill can always be bought for 3 points, but is worth 2 recruit. The objective of the game is for us to defeat the villain. So in this case, we have Mr. Sinister. He has an attack power of 8, so we can't even try to take him on unless we can match that attack power. Now, he may have an ability which could change that attack power. The objective is to defeat him 4 times. And as you can see, a new tactic will reveal, and this continues on. You have to defeat the Mastermind 4 times, and then you can trigger what we call the final showdown, which is the final thing, where everybody takes all of their cards that they have available in their hand to make one big old hurrah to really kick their hiney. In addition to all that, the scheme may also have an objective for the villain, which may be X amount of bystanders or something of that nature. One of the drawbacks is if you ever get a wound card. A wound card is useless. A wound card goes into your discard pile, and when you draw it out, that gives you 1 less card to do something with. Now, you can heal from the wound card, but it basically means you skip your turn in order to heal your wounds. The game will continue until someone has defeated the villain 4 times, and then the final showdown continues, and then we discover who wins after that. Pretty straightforward. It is a deck building game, and coming out later this week, Friday, usually around 2 p.m. Central Time, you can check out our playthrough. But that was just a quick overview of what to expect when the game starts and how it's going to play. We will touch a little bit on this when we go back to that episode, but in the meantime, this is kind of a warm-up. So we'll catch you all in the video, our playthrough of Marvel Legendary. So until next time, keep the dice on the table.